Good afternoon, everyone. You'll have to forgive the slight hellish theme, but I'm sure many of you have heard of Torchy Tacos. They're based out of Austin. They're kind of a Texas institution. I haven't eaten at a location for a number of years. I've had takeaways from it, but we have a new one now open here in the McKinney area. So let's go try it out. All right, so this gives you an idea of some of the things on the menu. Excuse the profanity. Normally when I come here, I get the Trailer Park Chicken and Crossroads Beef. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are my two tacos. That's the Trailer Park. That's got a fried chicken strip on it. And there's the Crossroads. That's a smoked brisket taco. I haven't eaten at a Torchy's inside for a while, so I'm sure this will be really nice. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. And I'm sure we will come back here because they always have a special taco of the month. Hi, everybody. I'm getting ready to make a tortellini recipe, something Italian, using ingredients available from my freezer, pantry, and a few things I picked up from my local supermarket. There are a number of variations of this seen on the internet among some of the foodie channels. So let's get started. Some of our main ingredients: cheese tortellini, frozen from my local H-E-B, some pasta sauce, some turkey sausage, Italian style, mozzarella cheese, Brahms, supporting local business, Parmesan cheese, Italian seasoning, and of course, a dish to put it all in. All right, so I've taken some of our Italian turkey sausage. I have broken it up with my little paddle wheel here in the electric frying pan, and I'm preparing to add some pasta sauce and a block of cream cheese. Here we go, the pasta sauce from our pantry. There we go. Mix it up very nicely. So some additions of this recipe call for the addition of garlic, granulated onion. That's what we're gonna do. All right, just a little, not too much. That should be enough. All right, so our Italian sausage, turkey sausage, pasta sauce, cream cheese, other spices mixture. I'm gonna add just a little bit of, guess what? Crushed red pepper for a little bit of kick. And I'm going to go ahead and add a dose of basil to this. Saw this in the spice cabinet. There. All right, so we're gonna check on our pasta. Yes, I need to probably turn that off. I'll just give it a few more minutes to cool off, and then we will transport the drained pasta to our sauce over here. So I'm just waiting briefly for our pasta, the tortellini to cool, and for our sauce here to simmer down just a little. So I am now going to be draining our pasta. Here we go. Our tortellini is being drained. Yeah, I've got about all of it. What do we do? We mix it with our sauce here. Here we go. You all get the idea. The delicious Italian turkey sausage, tomatoes, cream cheese, and other Italian seasonings. And this is the main part of our meal here. All right, so the smell, which is coming off the electric frying pan here, is just absolutely out of this world. But there is one final stage, one final cooking instruction we have to do. We've got to transport this to our pan over here. And then we will put it in the oven with some extra cheese on the top. So I've just sprayed down this cooking pan with some butter nonstick spray. What do? We mix it with our sauce here. There we go. You all get the idea. The delicious Italian turkey sausage, tomatoes, cream cheese, and other Italian seasonings. And this is the main part of our meal here. What have I just done? I've just set my upper oven to 450 degrees preheat on the broiler, which is what we're going to use to brown the cheese. All right, so I'm now going to transport this pasta sauce and tortellini to this baking pan. I mean, you could use just about any pasta with this pasta sauce and it would be really pretty good. But we're going to bake it in the oven with a layer of extra cheese and other specialties. We're now going to add a massive amount of mozzarella cheese. And I'm going to go ahead and put a light dusting of this basil leaves seasoning. Give it a nice little pop. All right, so my oven is broadly up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna put that pasta underneath this to melt the cheese. And here we go. Okay, everybody, I'm waiting for this cheese to melt. I'm gonna have a little bit of Moscato. And here we are at the final 30 seconds or so. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel it. It appears that our cheese has indeed melted and crisped a little. So I don't mind if our cheese has crisped a little, but I'm gonna give this a number of moments to cool down a bit. And there we go. I've added some extra Parmesan and Italian pinch on the top. Just let it cool a few more moments. All right, everybody, I'm gonna plate myself up a helping of this. See all that great Parmesan cheese and Italian seasoning on top of the crispy mozzarella. All right, here we go. Okay, look at this. How can you not want to make this with the elements, all of the Italian pre-prepared foods available at your local supermarket? All right, so here's my plate. Here we go. I'll get one of these tortellinis here. All right, here it goes. My only reaction is, why haven't I done this sooner? I mean, it's the perfect balance of cheese, pasta, tomatoes, and of course, some of the spicy elements, which we love in Texas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so what is my impression of this tortellini recipe? My recommendation is that you try this, but also that you customize it to your taste specifications. It was very good, but some of you may not like the spicy level, which I have added to my version. Good afternoon, everyone. I have been trying to get to Dave's Hot Chicken for a while. We had one open here in McKinney about a month and a half ago. It's actually just a store or two down from the Torchy Tacos we went to last week. So I'm out running errands and let's go see what it is. Okay, so this gives you an idea about what is on the menu. I think I'm gonna get the number 2, the 2 sliders with the fries. And I'll get it hot. There's no need for me to get it medium. All right, so here is my meal with the 2 sliders, fries, pickles, and they gave me some extra Dave sauce, and it's hot. Now, if any of you all have ever been to Zaxby's, I know this isn't Zaxby's, but I'm kind of getting Zaxby's vibes off of this. I know I probably need to do a Zaxby's review if I can find one near me. Okay, so let's try this and see what we're working with. All right, so I just tried some of the Dave sauce on the fries. This is like a Thousand Island type of sauce. It has a nice little tang to it. All right, so here's my sandwich. It's got pickles, some kind of coleslaw, more Dave sauce. I think there's even cheese on this. And it's on a Martin's potato roll, so it's very soft. So I'm gonna have a bite and see what it tastes like. All right, so I just had a bite. It does have some kick to it. It does have that Nashville hot flavor to it. And probably could have just gotten the one with the single slider, but this will all be eaten today. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, what are we gonna do? We're gonna get a to-go box. Yeah. All right, so I was unable to eat my entire meal, but it was very, very good. And I'm glad that I've got Dave's Hot Chicken checked off of my list. I know that this is a place which has started to pop up across the US. So I'm glad we've got one here. And sometime in the future, I'll probably be back. Good afternoon. It is a rainy day here in McKinney, Texas. I'm out running some errands and I'm going to Firehouse Subs for lunch. I haven't been at a Firehouse Subs in a few years. I've driven past this location many times, so it's time for me to try it out. Okay, so this gives you an idea about what's on the menu. I'm having to narrow it down, but the smell in here is very intoxicating. Okay, and the one I ordered was the Engineer here with, of course, everything and a pickle spear. All right, so the last time I was here, there was like a big giant selection of hot sauces. Now you have to select it. So I'll get the Firehouse Subs designated hot sauce. All right, so here it is. This is the Engineer. And I've got their special hot sauce. I think I've had this in the past, so I know it's gonna be good. Turkey, mushrooms, cheese, tomato. All right, I've added some of the hot sauce and I've tasted it. It's not that spicy, but it is gonna give the sandwich a nice little kick to it. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. And I can definitely tell you, we will be back here sometime in the future. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on a very hot Memorial Day here in McKinney, Texas. I'm out running some errands and I'm going to go grab some lunch here at McAllister's Deli. All right, so here we are inside and I got the horseradish, roast beef and cheddar. And as my side, I actually got the steamed broccoli. Yeah, so this is a very nice restaurant here inside. I've only gotten carry out from here before. I have a list of places to go in my local area, and this has very clearly been one I've needed to check out. All right, so here it is. This is my horseradish sandwich with the beef on it and onions, and it looks really good. All right, so I've taken my first bite. This sandwich has a lot of flavor. I'm kind of upset that we haven't eaten here sooner. And I know that's gonna be the case with a lot of the places on my list. All right, I'm almost finished. Just a few more bites. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, all gone. Good afternoon, everyone. It's just a little past 2 o'clock. I actually just finished recording tomorrow's Messianic Insider episode. Now, it's my responsibility to cook for everyone this evening. I am making a version of broccoli cheese soup. And this, I would say, is a derivative. It is based off of my queso recipe, which we usually have at our giant family barbecues. This should give you a good idea about some of the main ingredients. We've got frozen broccoli, a bag of matchstick carrots, a frozen onion, got some parsley, turkey sausage. We're gonna brown that up. That's a new addition. Of course, chicken broth, heavy whipping cream, and our cheese. This is my crock pot, and that's my 1 pound of turkey sausage browned. There's half of my cheese cubed up. I'm going to take 1 of the bags of broccoli florets. All right, that's 1 bag of broccoli florets. Now, half of the bag of the carrots and half of the chopped frozen onion. And there we go, the onion and the carrot. All right, that's the rest of our melted cheese put on top. We add to this 4 cups of chicken broth. Okay, so that's basically 1 entire container. And here we go, put the chicken broth on it. And we've got it on high. I'm gonna place the lid onto the crock pot and we will come back here in about an hour to 90 minutes. All right, so I was just down in the kitchen checking after about 45 minutes the status of the soup. It still has a ways to go. I've got to add the heavy cream later. I got way too much broccoli, so I am probably going to get another meal out of that broccoli. Thinking something pasta related. I'm likely to go to H-E-B tomorrow, so might be picking up some things for yet another unplanned food recipe. Okay, so it is now 4:30 in the afternoon. We're checking on the soup. Things appear to be coming together. I am not going to add any more broccoli. I might add some more of the frozen onion and carrot and probably add some of the heavy cream now. All right, so I've added the rest of the carrot, onion, and about half of the heavy cream. So we're gonna wait another 30 to 40 minutes and then check on the soup. And now it is about 5:20. I'm gonna put the lid back on and let this go for another 30 minutes or so. And I added a brief dusting of this, some Head Country barbecue seasoning from Oklahoma. And now it is about 5:20. I'm gonna put the lid back on and let this go for another 30 minutes or so. Getting ready to check on our broccoli cheese soup. And here are some hot sauces to add to the flavor. You can see from our crock pot, it's boiling over just a little bit. That's why we have the towel underneath. I have to check this and taste it for quality control. All right, so I had a brief taste. It's very good. I'm going to get some bowls ready and we'll serve it up for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, here's my bowl of soup. I'm gonna put a few dashes of Louisiana hot sauce in my soup.
And then
all right, so this is a nice cheese, sausage, broccoli soup. Very nice, even with the warm temperatures. All right, so my family members gave me generally positive feedback from the broccoli cheese soup. A little spicy, it had a bit of a kick to it. Try something like this if you are interested. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out running some errands. It's a little past 4 and I'm going to JC's Burger House. I haven't been to a JC's Burger House since I moved back to Texas in 2013. So it's time to get caught up. So this gives you an idea about what the menu is like. I think I'm just gonna get the regular burger, but with their special sauce. Yeah, this is a very nice, clean restaurant. It makes me feel bad that I haven't been here sooner. Well, this is kind of an interesting plaque here in the restaurant. On March 2nd, 1836, Texas declared her independence from Mexico. Wild Comanches roamed the plains, Rangers protected frontier settlements, and this building was not here yet. All right, and as an interesting aside, as we wait for our food, this is JC's Burger House, and our server really is Jesus. That's kind of interesting. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's my burger. It's got the works and it's got the special sauce on it. It has an amazing smell and And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. All right, so after 11 years, JC's Burger House, it was very good, but it was a lot like Whataburger. So I think next time if I want this style of burger, we'll just go to Whataburger. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out running errands and I'm gonna grab myself some lunch here at Fuzzy's Taco Shop. I haven't been to a Fuzzy's in a number of years. They have a new steak taco special and we're gonna try it out and see if it's any good. All right, so here we are inside. Here's the menu. That's not the special. That's a steak burrito. There's a Cali style, there it is. That's what I'm getting. It's only $5, so got to take advantage of it while we can. Here we go, they got some hot sauce and some other they've even got like a little bar area, but not drinking alcohol. All right, so this location has a very nice feel to it, and they've even given us a collector cup. 2 people eating for just around $11. Pretty good deal. Okay, so this gives you a better idea about the restaurant here. It's a lot nicer than the one down in Richardson, which I visited probably 5 or 6 years ago. All right, my taco has arrived. It's got steak, seasoned. It's got their fries on it. And yeah, it looks kind of interesting, but again, great value. All right, so I'm taking my first bite. It's actually very good. I think I'm gonna start coming to Fuzzy's a lot more frequently now. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. All right, so I enjoyed my meal. I ate the taco in 4 bites. It was an excellent value. The only problem I had with it is it was just too small. But $5 taco and drink got me back into Fuzzy's. So I think next time, if I wanted something like that, I'd get the burrito, which is about 4 times the size, and $9.99, but very enjoyable snack. Good afternoon, everyone. We're at Wiener Schnitzel. Don't let the name fool you. This is not a German restaurant. This is burgers, hot dogs, and their chili. This is the only location in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Allen. I've been driving past it for about 5 years, so I think it's time to try it out. So here's the menu, and these are the different combos. Probably gonna get the combo number 3. All right, so I'm waiting for my meal. This place is kind of interesting. It's good that we're getting it checked off the list now, but they've just cleaned and it smells like pine salt. So I hope that doesn't affect the taste of the food. So my meal has arrived, the double chili cheeseburger and the chili dog. Let's get the chili dog opened up. Yeah, here it is. I can definitely smell it, and they give you the option of regular hot dogs or all beef. So of course we chose all beef. All right, so this is my chili cheese dog. I just detect an all beef hot dog, a chili sauce, and some cheese. Not a whole lot of mustard or anything like that. So let's try the fries now. The fries are pretty good. Comparable to what you'd get at a McDonald's. All right, so here's the double chili cheeseburger. This is gonna be interesting. All right, so basically the burger is bun, 2 patties, some cheese, and their chili sauce. And it is kind of a mess. All right, so I just finished the burger. I'm gonna take the fries, I'm gonna dip them in the chili that's left over from the burger. So actually the fries dipped into the chili. That was pretty good. That was actually pretty good. And they have chili cheese fries on the menu. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I ate all of my food and we've got Wiener Schnitzel crossed off the list. Will I be going back after driving past it for over 5 years? We'll see what the next 5 years brings. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out running errands and a new Maple Street has opened here in McKinney, Texas. I'm so excited about this. Been looking forward to it for quite a while. The last time I went to Maple Street was in 2019, visiting my sister Maggie and brother-in-law Taylor in Jacksonville. So I'm anticipating this is going to be a great addition to our local community. All right, so this gives you an idea about what is on the menu here. This kind of gives you an idea about the restaurant inside. They try to have a community feel to it. I just had a very nice visit with one of the servers. Got a really nice place to sit down. You can go do work on your computer. Okay, so we're waiting for our meal. I got the biscuits and gravy with 2 sunny side up eggs. This is a biscuit place after all. And they do have a variety of coffees as well as hot sauces you can add to your meal. The lady at the register, very nice, very friendly. Apparently this restaurant for our town was supposed to be open about 9 months ago, but they had some delays with construction. So just a sign of the way things are right now in our economy. Okay, so here is my meal. You get 2 biscuits, they're mushroom gravy, and I got 2 eggs, sunny side up. I don't even think I need to add salt and pepper, but I did get the Chipotle Tabasco, which I'll add as I dig into this. It looks excellent. Now, why do you get your eggs sunny side up? Because the yolk will run into all of this, but it just makes it that much richer. Okay, so I've had a few bites already. I don't even think I need to add hot sauce. This has already got a little bit of a kick to it. So the waitress just came by and she just gave us several complimentary chocolate biscuits, ice biscuits. So I think she knows we're doing a review and that they want to keep us happy.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm continuing. I haven't put any of the Tabasco on my meal. It's not necessary. The gravy itself is spicy enough. The mushroom gravy. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, all gone. Absolutely excellent. Here are the 2 biscuits which the waitress has given us complimentary. Some kind of chocolate, and obviously there's an icing on it, and they're still a little warm. Okay, so the Maple Street McKinney. Excellent meal, excellent service. On the way out, I got these tickets for a free biscuit, a free coffee later. They're going to do really well here, and we will be back. There are a lot of other great items on their menu, but we've got more new places to try because this is Texas and people like to eat. Hi everybody, this is going to be a 2-parter, the 2 main Texas fried chicken places back to back. First one is Golden Chick. Of course, you can see this is the official chicken of the Texas Rangers. Okay, so here we are inside Golden Chick. It's got a lot on the menu here. Now, I'm basically just going to get the fried chicken with mashed potatoes and coleslaw, and that's what we'll have at the other place as well. And this gives you just a little bit of idea about the Golden Chick story. So yeah, this is a place intimately connected to Texas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I've got my 2-piece chicken, got my drink, and I've got the coleslaw. Honestly, I was expecting the mashed potatoes to have some kind of gravy, but that's all right. I'm sure the chicken will make up for it. Okay, so I did just pick up some of the gravy right here. I'll put it on my potatoes. I've already started eating the chicken. It is very crispy. All right, so I've had some of my mashed potatoes, I've had some of the coleslaw. Now I'm gonna have the big piece of chicken. All right, now my chicken is all gone. Now I still have the potatoes, the rest of the coleslaw, and the roll. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is all gone. So we've got one place down, and in the next few days, we will go to Chicken Express, the other major Texas fried chicken chain, and we'll have pretty much the same exact meal there. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I was reminded that I have a half-finished video. 6 days ago, we went to Golden Chick, and now we get to go to the other Texas restaurant, Chicken Express. I have not been to Chicken Express since 2018, so we're gonna get the exact same meal, and after we eat, we will compare and contrast the two. All right, so this gives you an idea about what is on the Chicken Express menu. Okay, very, very friendly cashier, and place an order. It's exactly what I got at Golden Chick last time. Our food was served within about 2 minutes, and they brought it straight to our seats. So very, very nice. I'm optimistic that this is going to be very good. All right, so here is my meal. I got the exact same thing I got last time at Golden Chick, although this is Chicken Express. So there is a thigh, a wing, mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw, and one of their rolls. This is going to be a tough one. Okay, so I've started to eat from the wing, and definitely tasting more chicken than batter. So that's good. Right, so I tried the wing. Now I'm gonna try one of the sides. And after that settles a little bit, I'll get into my chicken thigh here. Okay, so the mashed potatoes and the coleslaw, they're comparable to what you would get at a fried chicken restaurant. Now it's time to try the chicken thigh. Okay, so after a few bites of the chicken thigh, yeah, it's got a little bit of grease, but that's why you get the coleslaw. It's not heavily battered, so you can taste the chicken. Right, the sides have been completed. Now it's time to finish off the roll. Here's a reminder in the restaurant that Chicken Express used to be the official chicken of the Texas Rangers. That's the old stadium. So Chicken Express, the second of the Texas fried chicken establishments. I was pleasantly surprised, so I'm gonna have to think through Golden Chick or Chicken Express. I've been home for a few hours now. Which was better, Golden Chick or Chicken Express? I have to be honest, I've eaten much more Golden Chick in my 11 years out here in North Texas. I've only eaten at Chicken Express twice. And when you compare the two, while the chicken is very good at both places, Golden Chick has more of the flair. Chicken Express, you look at the restaurant, you see the logo, it looks like it's a flying rubber chicken, doesn't give you a lot of confidence. I have to be honest, I thought going into this Golden Chick versus Chicken Express, Golden Chick was the clear winner, and it was not. I have to give the chicken award this time to Chicken Express. Now, the chicken at Golden Chick is excellent. A little too much breading. The breading on the Chicken Express was much more normal. You got to taste the chicken rather than this fried flour. The sides were pretty normal. The mashed potatoes, both places, pretty much the same. The coleslaw, pretty much the same. The roll at Golden Chick was a little better than the roll at Chicken Express, but the service at Chicken Express today, getting our meal in less than 2 minutes, yeah, I expect to be eating at Chicken Express much more. But for the state of Texas, both places are excellent. Both places have a much wider menu. Golden Chick, for example, does have roasted chicken on the menu. Chicken Express does not. Chicken Express has a wider variety of sides that Golden Chick doesn't have. So both places are excellent, and I'm glad I was finally able to do this review for you. It is a hot afternoon here in McKinney, Texas, and this has been a place which has been on my list for a while. Barro's Pizza. I have eaten here before, but it's been probably 2 summers ago, so I think it's time to check it out again. All right, so we're here getting ready to order. This gives you an idea about the menu. Apparently they have a special 2 large pizzas which we're probably going to be looking into. Yeah, so this is the daily special, and we're getting the 2 large, one with extra cheese and one with mushrooms. So this restaurant has a nice feel to it. It's very clean. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't eaten here more frequently, but the one thing about Texas is there are a lot of places we get to go try. And this afternoon, I was driving around my local area, going to Lowe's, some other places, looking at different things, not buying anything, but just, trying to take it easy this week, because this is the week we would normally be on the Gulf Coast. So just puttering around a little bit. All right, everybody, our 2 pizzas have arrived. This is the mushroom pizza, and then the cheese pizza over there.
Need 2 to-go boxes.
So here we go. I think it's cooled down sufficiently. I'm not going to eat it with a fork. Okay, so I've had a few bites. What do I think? This pizza is absolutely excellent, and I'm very upset we haven't been eating here more frequently. I think it's probably important that I have a slice of the cheese without the toppings, and I'm going to have one more slice of the mushroom. Not going to gorge myself. We are going to have a lot of leftovers tonight, but this was excellent pizza. The crust was nice and pillowy. The sauce had a nice tang to it. And overall, just a very good feeling coming to a place like this. Happy Father's Day, everyone. I am catering. We're going to have a lot of family members here this evening. What am I making? Originally, we were going to have this meal for my new brother-in-law, Alan Ferguson, to acclimate him to some customary Southern American cuisine. But it just so happened that the best day to do it was Father's Day. We're going to be having smoked hamburger steaks with mushroom and onion gravy, mashed potatoes, and green beans. And I'm taking a lot of my cues from Malcolm Reed of How to Barbecue Right, who did this recipe on the smoker. So you can watch his video. It's not Messianic Apologetics underneath where this is featured. So let's get started. A lot of prep work. So we are going to be eating around 6 o'clock. It is 3:30 right now. I have to make the hamburger steaks. I've got to peel some potatoes, and that's the main prep work. But I'm going to take a short break after stationing all of the different ingredients and what have you, and then we'll come back and we'll make the hamburger steaks and peel some potatoes. Okay, so it is now 4:45. We should be having guests arrive around 6 o'clock. And I have just peeled my potatoes, and now I've got to go prepare the hamburger steaks. Okay, so I have my 5 pounds of ground chuck, and to that I've mixed in some salt and pepper blend, some minced garlic, as well as some Worcestershire. And now we're going to make these into patties. Standard, and yes, in the shape of the state of Texas. Okay, so we have about 8 standard style half-pound hamburger patties, and that's supposed to be the state of Texas. This thing right here was given to me as a gift. I don't think they troubleshot it. I have a pot boiling with some water. It's been salted, and now I get to go cut my potatoes as the water boils. And there we go. I've got my potatoes cut, still waiting on the water. And there we go, the potatoes in the boiling water. So I've just gone outside, turned on the pellet smoker. It needs to warm up to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. And here we have a a chopped onion, which I will be using as part of the gravy. And we're going to be cooking these onions down in a little bit of olive oil. I'll come back in a moment and add a little bit of salt and pepper. I just checked with a fork, and the potatoes appear to be ready. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and then later I will be straining them. And we've got our onion cooking down for the gravy. I just put a nice dusting of this Head Country barbecue rub from Oklahoma. And we're going to take these hamburger steaks and put them on the smoker. Smoker is running at 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to close it up and come back in about 30 minutes. Right, so we're using a mushroom gravy. I've got 2 packets of this. There's some water warming up, and we're going to slowly whisk it into the water. And here we are slowly whisking the gravy mixture into the water. We're just going to let this warm and thicken up a little. Our onions are cooking down a little bit, and we need to cook them down just a little more. And what we'll be doing is, when that's ready, we'll mix it in with there, and then we'll be adding some fresh mushrooms. Okay, so I have just strained my potatoes. They are cooling off. And now I get to prep the green beans, which are the second side I'm making. Are my green beans prepped? I just did 3 12-ounce bags of frozen green beans. I've obviously foiled this cookie sheet right here, did a drizzle of olive oil, as well as some salt and pepper. And my mushroom gravy is just going to cool down just a little bit before I add it to the onions over there. Onto our mashed potatoes, which have, here you have the potatoes, they're still cooling off a little bit. And rather than mash them in a traditional way, I have this device known as a potato ricer. Let me show you how this works. Your potatoes into the potato ricer, what you get. Very thinly processed. And there we go, all of our potatoes through the potato ricer. Briefly checking on our steaks here. Still got a ways to go. And I will be readying our potatoes, starting with the butter. And we're just gonna let the butter sit there and melt a little bit. And there we have it, the mushroom gravy with the onions. And in a few moments, I will be adding some fresh mushrooms. Butter has melted into the potatoes. Now some sour cream and some heavy whipping cream. And I've just whisked in the sour cream. And I've just added a few ounces of heavy cream. And now I will simply add a little bit of salt and pepper. Of course, this is what we use. And now onto the gravy. I've got a container of mushrooms here. They have been cleaned. We're going to just add these to the gravy and let it all amalgamate. And there we go. And we're going to let them cook down for a few moments. Okay, there we are, our hamburger steaks. Probably going to wait just a few more moments before I take them off, and then we cover them with the gravy. Because not all of our guests have arrived, I've gone ahead and turned the temperature on the smoker down to just below 300 degrees Fahrenheit, so 250, 275. Here I've already gone ahead, I'm going to put the green beans on the smoker on the top rack. Okay, so it is now time to pull off the burgers. All right, so here we have our hamburger steaks. And we're going to smother them in the gravy. Here we go, and we're going to put them back on the smoker for about 10, 12 minutes. And here we go for about another 10 to 12 minutes. So I am sitting here waiting for the last 7 to 10 minutes of our meal on the smoker. This is going to be a good one. I've just turned off the smoker. Now it goes into a shutdown cycle of around 20 minutes or so. So there's still a lot of residual heat. That's all we need to finish this off. Our steaks are ready, and I'm going to put some foil over this as we wait for everything else to finish. And we are rapidly approaching serving time. All right, everybody, here's the hamburger steaks with the mushroom and onion gravy, the green beans. My mother made some fried corn, my mashed potatoes, and then a variety of other salads, biscuits. It looks really good. And of course, we have hot dogs for the kids. Well, they're supposed to go in there. And here we are, my meal, the hamburger steak, the mash with the mushroom and onion gravy, and the green beans. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. And here is the bonus, peach pie, well, sort of, for dessert. Okay, so we're shutting everything down. I've got the flags up. Haven't had the flags up for a while. Kentucky, not so good. But yeah, because of some of the bad weather, all the wind we've been having. So this is a nice change. Our meal this evening was a success. We're not going to have that many leftovers because everyone wants to take some home with them. But that's okay. We still have a little over a week and a half before we leave for the Messiah Conference. And there are a few places I'm planning to go here in McKinney, locally, to do reviews. Good afternoon, everyone, from a very hot day here in North Texas. It's Taco Tuesday, and I'm going to Rosa's Tortilla Factory for their special. And this is what I'm probably going to end up getting. And this gives you an idea about what is on the menu. And right now, I can smell the wood from the grill. Look at that. And this gives you an idea about what the dining room is like. So it's very colorful, the smell is intoxicating. And here you have a selection of different salsas, pico de gallo, and I'm definitely gonna have to come back here as I prepare my meal. Oh, look at that, you're gonna have a whole jalapeno. Here is my meal, and I got the medium heat salsa. So 2 of my tacos are beef, another one is chicken. I got the hard shell. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. All right, so what is my verdict on Rosa's Tortilla Factory? Well, you can't beat the atmosphere, and for what I just ate, just under $7, it was very good. Now, it's been a while since I've been here, and there are many other places I'm probably gonna go before I come back here, but I am glad I checked it out. The salsa had a nice kick to it, and there is a level of authenticity to a place like this versus some of the other Mexican restaurants I've been to. Good afternoon, everyone. We are on the way to Napoli Pizza in McKinney. This is a pickup place, highly recommended. They have Sicilian, so I'm gonna be picking it up and taking it to Jane and Alan's. So looking forward to this for sure. This is the place, Napoli's Pizza on the go. We'll see if our order is ready. Right, the pizza was promptly available, and now we are going to Jane and Alan's. Here we go, here are our pizzas. All right, so this one right here, the cheese, that's supposed to be Sicilian, and this is their regular, which appears to be a kind of thin crust. So it does look good, and I'm sure it's going to be. Okay, so I got a piece of the Napoli Sicilian. I'm not so sure how Sicilian this is. Sicilian is supposed to be square, but I'm sure it's going to taste good. Okay, so what was called Sicilian, I mean, it tasted good, but it wasn't Sicilian. It was basically a regular pizza made to look like it was sort of square, but the cheese and the sauce, very good. So I'm now gonna try one of the regular pieces. And here is my mushroom of the regular pizza. And here we go. That's very good. It's not too overpowering like some pizza can be. That's what I would get next time. I wouldn't get the Sicilian from Napoli's next time. And of course, on any square pizza, you have to have one that's all cheese without any kind of crust. They told me that I needed to have a slice of the regular cheese because it's got some nice garlic flavor to it. So what is my opinion of Napoli Pizza McKinney? Well, I'm glad we got the opportunity to go there and that we were able to bring pizza to Jane and Alan. We will be taking some home. Between the Sicilian, the mushroom, and the cheese, I think the cheese was the best. And I would also go as far as to say this is probably about as close as you can get, at least as I've tried so far, a New York style in McKinney. But there are many other pizza places and many other places in McKinney we get to try in future reviews. So a few weeks ago, we did this place, Wiener Schnitzel, and probably won't be going back. I think the real reason we went there was to see this place, which is across the street, Wayback Burgers. Well, I'm here too late for the lunch special, but that gives you an idea about how highly rated this place is. This is really nice inside here, very clean. I'm going to get the classic burger and probably the tater tots. So this place is very clean. It's very nice inside. The contrast with Wiener Schnitzel couldn't be greater. Yes, I'm looking forward to a very nice meal. Okay, so I ordered the classic burger. I ordered tater tots. I wanted to order onion rings, but my stomach's a little too sensitive right now. So keep me in your prayers, but burger had everything, and I'm just drinking water rather than Dr. Pepper, which I would normally get. Definitely have an appetite. All right, so our burgers have arrived. Here's my burger. I just got the classic with everything.
Just
so
a regular fry.
yeah, it's got diced onion, ketchup, mustard, pickle, lettuce. Yeah, I've got my expectations, but we'll see what it tastes like. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be much better than Wiener Schnitzel across the street. This gives you an idea about the cross section after having my first bite. Actually, because I normally don't get ketchup and mustard on a burger, I just tend to get mayonnaise and mustard. It has an echo of McDonald's, but it's very clearly not McDonald's. Just a nice old-fashioned burger. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. All right, so Wayback Burgers. There are only about 3 or 4 of them in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Solid burger, tasted great. I would definitely come back to this place again. But one of the things I was observing as we were driving here is a lot of the restaurants in the DFW area, burgers, Mexican, and pizza. And so my main culinary genre, barbecue, is kind of a delicacy. I mean, they're there, but yeah, burgers, Mexican, and pizza. So Wayback, excellent, but many more places to try. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a hot day here in McKinney, Texas. This was unplanned, but Piada Italian street food just opened. It is on my list. I'm out here getting ready to do a good deed for my sister and my new brother-in-law. But before we go to help them, time to eat. So this looks really nice. Nice menu. Yeah, this gives you an idea. It's sort of like an Italian Chipotle. And this is what I am getting, the Diavolo.
Like any protein or veggie?
All right, so as I said, this is kind of like an Italian Chipotle, and I got a pasta dish. Here it is, the Diavolo pasta, and it's probably going to be a little spicy. There is no meat in it. Okay, so I just had my first bite, and I can confirm that it has a little kick to it. It's not as spicy as some of the barbecue or even some of the Italian dishes I have made, yet to do a food review of, but very nice flavor to it. And it also has some cream in the sauce. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the Diavolo pasta is all gone. Very nice. And here is a bonus, a leftover piada, which is one of these wraps. This has got grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato, some pesto, and cucumber. Yeah, this should be a nice addition to the meal I just finished. Okay, so I was able to have the Diavolo pasta and a piada wrap, some of it. I'm kind of upset at myself. We haven't tried this place sooner. I do suspect I will come back and sample some more things on the menu. Probably get my own piada. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our departure for Messiah 2024 is almost in 12 hours or so. So before we leave the state of Texas, I've got a hankering for some barbecue, and we're going to be going to Dickey's, a place which has been on my list for quite a while. And this place has got some character to it. We bring the cube. Okay, so I am probably going to get the one meat plate with the two sides. And of course, the typical sides are potato salad and coleslaw. So this place has got a nice character to it. And like a lot of these barbecue places, Dickey's has their own sauce and rubs for sale. And they've got complimentary ice cream. So I'm gonna have to get that before we leave. All right, so I'm waiting for my meal. I haven't been to Dickey's in probably 4 or 5 years, but it's solid. I mean, it tastes good. It's got nice smoke flavor, excellent sides. It's got a good reputation in the Metroplex. And of course, it's also franchised in many other places also. When I lived in Central Florida, there was actually a Dickey's in the greater Orlando area, which I went to from time to time. All right, so here's my meal: the brisket sliced, coleslaw, potato salad, and a piece of Texas toast. And I got some of the regular sauce for it. And let's take a bite. All right, so here we go. You can definitely taste the hickory smoke. Very, very good. Very, very tender. Okay, so I'm gonna eat my meal and then I'll have a few observations afterward. Okay, so look at that bark right there. Nice and peppery, very thick, like we like it here in Texas. This is very similar to the bark on my own brisket when I smoke it at home. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is all gone. There's one final part of our meal. Complimentary ice cream, soft serve. I'm finishing up the edits to my recent visit to Dickey's Barbecue Pit, and I would just like to make one final observation. The barbecue restaurant I frequent the most is H-E-B True Texas, and that has been ranked as the #1 barbecue chain in the state. And what makes it so easy to go to is because you go to True Texas at H-E-B and then you go grocery shopping. And it is also quite excellent. But I have to be honest, Dickey's really impressed me this afternoon. And Dickey's does have an atmosphere. They do smoke their meat in a way H-E-B does not. Now, anyone in the barbecue world knows there's a lot of variety, and this place is good, this place not so much. Dickey's and H-E-B True Texas are very, very close. So yes, of course I will go back to H-E-B, especially when they have one of their seasonal specials, but expect me to go to Dickey's a little more frequently as well. All right, here we are getting ready to have lunch at Bojangles. Okay, so this gives you an idea about what's on the menu. All right, so Bojangles is mostly in the southeast, but it is steadily coming west. We actually have a Bojangles which just opened out in Frisco, but the main problem, when I lived in Orlando, I did go to Bojangles periodically. The main problem is Bojangles, some of the new restaurants don't have the fried chicken meals. They only have the biscuits or the sandwiches. Like at this one, if you want to get the fried chicken, you've got to get the 12-piece. So I was looking forward to getting a 2-piece, 2-side fried chicken meal. I'm probably going to have the biscuit instead. Okay, I stand corrected. This restaurant does not have fried chicken. All it has is tenders. So yes, what I'm probably going to end up getting is the just the chicken biscuit meal. Not quite sure what the side is going to be. Yeah, that's the #1. That's the best seller. Okay, and this gives you an idea about how fresh some of the biscuits are here at Bojangles. All right, so we're waiting for our food. I have been informed from on high that we're going to be eating in the car. So this is going to be a truncated review. after lunch I'm gonna have to do some work. But because it's not gonna be that big a review, this does give me a reason to, when we return home to Texas from this excursion, to go out to the new Bojangles in Frisco. Yes, there's my bag, and that's my review. It looks good. I've had this before. My biscuit, it looks fresh enough. And we're eating tonight at Frisch's Big Boy. Okay, so this is the inside dining room, and as we've already observed, we are going back in time. Yes, I haven't been to a Frisch's in about 34 years, so this is a very big deal. Okay, so this gives you an idea about what is on the menu. That is the Big Boy, which was one of the original double-decker burgers.
Yeah, look at the prices.
So, yeah, you know, that's what I will get with fries.
Prices.
All right, so many of you, especially if you're watching or listening to this from outside of the country, probably remember Big Boy from the different references seen on Austin Powers'
Now it's saying it's
Dr.
2
Evil's
hours and
Rocket.
43 minutes, so
All right, so we've ordered our meals. I ordered the standard Big Boy and fries. It's clear enough from this restaurant that it has seen better days. And, you know, I'm the one who's diplomatic in my comments. We're here for nostalgia, and others not so much. But you know, this is an important part of my hobby: food reviews, going to different places. In this case, remembering something from my childhood, and I'm having the impression that this will be a good experience, but we may not come back to Big Boy again. I don't know. My original Big Boy and crinkle cut fries have arrived. Now, just to give you an idea about what is on the Big Boy, you got 2 patties, shredded lettuce, pickles, cheese, and some of their signature tartar sauce, which is, yeah, it's special for Frisch's. And this was the original double-decker. Now, there is a variant of the Big Boy out in California. This is Frisch's, which is regional to the greater Cincinnati, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio area. So here we go. I've had my first bite.
good.
I'm remembering things from my 1980s childhood. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. Okay, so going to Frisch's Big Boy was like going into the past, going into the 1980s. The burger and the fries were great. The atmosphere, it's no surprise why some of them are closing. But the double-decker Big Boy is the kind of sandwich, the kind of burger which can be replicated. And so this is the kind of thing we can try out on our own, Texify it, make it a little bigger, make it a little bolder, yeah, that's something that I would definitely like to do in the future. We're doing an old favorite this evening, Outback Steakhouse. I have been to Outback Steakhouse twice in the past year. One of them a year ago at this very location outside of Harrisburg. We had a new Outback Steakhouse open down in Allen, Texas. So looking forward to having a nice meal. Here we have the famous Outback pumpernickel bread. These are the Sydney shrooms. We've never tried these before. I suspect they're probably in the same breading that is used for the bloomin' onion. So, here we go.
Yes, sir. I love onions. I do too. They're so good. Guys, anyone else like to add any mushrooms or onions?
Indeed. They've been fried in the same breading as the bloomin' onion. Here is my house salad with Thousand Island dressing. Very excited. Always get a salad. And here is my prime rib with the mixed vegetables. I get to have this twice a year. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're on our return journey, and we're stopping at Dixie Chili in Erlanger, Kentucky. I remember coming to this place with my father in 1991, just down the street from his office. Dixie Chili is one of the original descendants of the Empress, for those of you who know your Cincinnati chili history. Dixie Chili has a wide menu, the traditional different chili, two-way, three-way, four-way, as well as different Greek-related food items. Dixie Chili is unique because it also has a six-way. I will be getting the four-way with onions, regular, and the 2 cheese conies. You get it to go. We're just told that this location has been here since 1978, and it looks like it really hasn't changed that much. Here is my meal. This is an onion four-way, and I've got the 2 cheese conies with the hot dogs with the mustard, onions, chili, and cheese. Some of you will probably remember how when we were at the IMCS Rabbis Conference, we went to Skyline Chili. I haven't had Dixie Chili since 1991. One down and 2 more to go. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. Above where we're sitting, this gives you kind of an idea about the history of Dixie Chili. It's one of the old ones, for sure. And here's some more collages about the history of Dixie Chili. Okay. Yeah. Here's another shot of the restaurant out here for those of us who need to remember simpler times. Yes, just very nice. All right, here we are at the Kroger Marketplace in Florence, Kentucky. This was not here when I lived here, but some of this other retail was. And yes, we've got Kroger Marketplace in North Texas as well, but there's certain items we can't get in North Texas. That's why we're here. This is the main centerpiece of what we come here to get. Grippo's barbecue potato chips. There's nothing like them anywhere else. And the last time I had them was after I got them here last year. Here we are, we got 4 bags of the really large ones, and Pop is getting this, which I've never had. You can't get these chips online, but it's just better to get them here. And we are now departing the greater Cincinnati area on the final leg of our trip for day +1. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a really hot day in McKinney, Texas, but because we are back in the state of Texas, it's important to express our solidarity, especially with those who are going through the hurricane down in the Houston area. So I can think of no better way than to eat lunch at Whataburger, which, although is not exclusively in Texas now, is a Texas staple. Okay, so this gives you an idea about what is on the Whataburger menu. And they do have breakfast. I've only eaten breakfast here once, and it was a while ago.
Combo number 6, avocado medium.
Yes, I'm simply going to get the number 2, which is the double meat Whataburger meal. So here in the store are a number of representations from Whataburger's past here in Texas. So I'm waiting for my meal here at Whataburger. I come here periodically. It's a good, solid burger. It's definitely a Texas institution, as you can see from just those pictures on the wall here. And looking at the menu when waiting in line, I saw that there are a lot of things on the menu which I've never tried before, especially not just with their burgers, but even with their chicken. My meal has arrived. This is a double Whataburger, lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, mustard. Here are their fries. And the Whataburger ketchup. And they also do a spicy ketchup. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The cross section of a Whataburger. The Whataburger fries. Never leave unattended. They're actually pretty close to McDonald's fries. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. And the real star had to be the fries. So I'm here at H-E-B doing some shopping, and this is their new limited time only Texas cheesesteak. It's something to try later. It is a hot, late afternoon in McKinney, Texas. I'm out running some errands right now, and we are going to eat at Chicago Avenue Hot Dogs. This has been on the list for a while. I haven't been here for around 2.5 years. Quick correction, this is actually in Frisco, not McKinney. Here's the outdoor sitting area, but it's way too hot. So yes, here's the dining room at Chicago Avenue Hot Dogs. This gives you an idea about what is on the menu. It's very diverse. They've got the Chicago hot dogs, of course, Chicago style Italian beef, burgers. We're actually going to be getting the pizza and the tavern style. All right, even though there are a lot of memorabilia here, there's the Bluesmobile from the Blues Brothers. And here's some more Blues Brothers memorabilia. This place has got a lot of character. I'm surprised we haven't been here more frequently. All right, so waiting for the pizza to come. This is the tavern style, not the deep dish. So it's very thin and it's cut in little squares. This place has got a lot of character. As I said, I visited here 2.5 years ago, but we drive past it all the time because it's right across the street from the McKinney H-E-B, which is on the McKinney-Frisco line. So my mother is with me, and she got the burger, and it came before the pizza. This is a pretty solid burger. Our pizza's gonna take longer, so I was given half of it. Nice soft bun, fresh vegetables, the beef tastes good. I saw a review of this place by Brickman Eats. He's local to this area, and he recommends the burgers here, perhaps even more than the hot dogs and the Italian beefs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Chicago-style tavern pizza, and it took almost 30 minutes, but we were just told from the waiter that they take it all the way from the dough to this. So it's pretty hot, but it does look pretty good. So I'm gonna try it just on a little corner end. It has a really good smell to it. All right, so I had my first little piece. Now I'm gonna have a much larger piece. I'll put a little bit of salt on it. But yeah, the cheese is good. The sauce has got a nice little kick to it. So what is my impression of the pizza? I'm pretty impressed by this. And I'm upset we haven't had this sooner. All right, so what is my impression of the pizza? I have seen reviews that this is some of the best in the McKinney area. I wouldn't be surprised someone would rate it this high. I know some people don't like to get an inside piece like this, but I actually do like these kinds of pieces. Yeah. It's unique. I might be able to cram in one more piece before leaving. I am really glad we stopped off here. My biggest disappointment was, why haven't I been eating here sooner? Pizza was the star attraction, but the burger was pretty good too. The last time I went here, all I had was the hot dog and the Italian beef. So we will be back, but we have many other places in our area to check out. Good evening, everyone. It has been a while since I've cooked because of all of our different activities in the past month, especially our excursion to Messiah 2024. But we are back, and this evening I'm cooking La Rosa's pasta. This is La Rosa's pasta sauce. Anyone from the greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky area knows about La Rosa's. I picked this up on our return journey. Most of the time when I have gone to La Rosa's, it hasn't been since 2018 though, I get the pizza. I haven't had the pasta there for ages, so we're gonna cook with this evening. Here are some of my other ingredients. Turkey sausage, Italian style, rigatoni pasta, fajita vegetables blend. I know, I'm lazy. That's just chopped up onions and peppers. And of course, here we have the 3 cheese. So 4 of the 5 ingredients are from H-E-B, our local supermarket here in North Texas, or I should say the state of Texas. Here in the electric frying pan, I'm taking some of that turkey sausage, Italian style, and I'm browning it up with my little paddle wheel here. You've probably seen it before. And with the sausage sufficiently cooked, I've added in the onions and peppers, and I'm going to let that warm up just a little bit because they were frozen. They thawed out in the middle of the night, but they are still pretty cold. The turkey sausage, onions, and peppers have been cooking for several minutes, and now it's time to add the La Rosa's pasta sauce. Some of you all probably saw me point this out during my visit to Kroger a few weeks ago. That's Kroger in Florence, Kentucky. And this was all over the place, as was the La Rosa's pizza sauce. And here we go, and we'll just see all this kind of meld together. So here we have it, and I'm just going to let it sit on a low simmer. I'm going to put the lid for the electric frying pan on right now. There's my pot of boiling water. Time to add the pasta. For this evening, I've selected rigatoni. There's our pasta. Time to put the lid back on. And we'll just let that cook for a while. I've checked on my pasta here. It is getting sufficiently tender. Now here we are with our pasta sauce. Some of you all know this trick. Turned off the heat. You take a little bit of the pasta water and add it to your pasta sauce. And here we go, my drained pasta, and I'm going to be mixing that in with the pasta sauce. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my La Rosa's pasta, the brown Italian turkey sausage, the peppers and onions, then the pasta sauce, and the rigatoni. And I've kind of mixed that all together. And of course, we have one last step, and that is to eat. Got myself a big plate of it here. I'm going to add some of the 3 cheese blend. And now it is time to taste. Sitting down at my usual place, and you can tell this is a substantial meal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to taste. I'm going to get a little bit of everything on my fork, if I can. I'm going to have a little bit of more of this, and I'll give you what my impression is. All right, so this is really good, especially having used the turkey Italian sausage. But the real star here, it's the peppers and the onions, especially the peppers. That's what sets the flavor apart. So I'm going to have some more and a few closing thoughts. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. All right, so what is my impression of the La Rosa's pasta? Those of you all who know anything about La Rosa's from the greater Cincinnati area, you know that their pizza sauce has a very distinct flavor to it. That has not carried over into the pasta sauce. That doesn't mean that the pasta sauce didn't have flavor. It did. I could see adding mushrooms or something like that to this recipe in the future. This is the first time I've done a pasta recipe like this. Pasta is something which is very adaptable, not only in different styles of sauce, but in different varieties of the pasta itself. Here's a little preview of perhaps some possible things from my pantry. Some HEB pasta sauces. They were on sale, 2 for $5. Portobello and onion, tomato, Alfredo, black olives, and capers. And there's some other varieties I might be picking up soon as well. Good afternoon, everyone. I've just dropped some friends off at DFW Airport, and on our return journey home, stopping off at Deli News here in Frisco, a New York-style Jewish deli. This has been on my list of places to go to since I started doing these food reviews a little over a year ago. Here we go. I haven't been here in over a year. So I've ordered my meal. I've ordered a triple-decker sandwich with pastrami, turkey, coleslaw, Russian dressing on rye. And this is what I always get when I come here. This is my double-decker sandwich. You can see the pastrami, which they are importing from New York. The turkey, Swiss cheese, Russian dressing. It's massive. This is what I usually get when we come here. And I've got 2 little pickles. That'll just have to suffice. This is a cross section of my sandwich. Pastrami is very smoky. Turkey, very fresh. All in all, it's not as heavy as you might think it is. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is all gone. I'm so glad I was finally able to come here after well over a year. Good afternoon, everyone. From McKinney, Texas. I'm out here running some errands, especially with our summer barbecue coming up next weekend. So very busy. We're getting ready to try this new place, Aroma, which is just off of 380 or University next to Costco. All right, so this is a very nice place inside. It's very clean. We're at the off time, just a little after 3 o'clock. That's when I can get away from the office and run the errands. So I'm gonna check out the menu and decide what I'm going to order. So looking at the menu, I'm going to get the chicken Parmesan sub. That's something which you don't see on a lot of here is my chicken Parmesan sub, and it came with fries, which I was not expecting. I know this is going to be very filling. Here's a cross section of my sandwich. The chicken is nice and crispy. The bread is toasted. Tomato sauce is flavorful. And of course, the cheese is all melted. One half of my sub is down. Let's try them. Yeah, they're good. But this is the star. Chicken Parmesan sub. And here we are, the final bite of the sub. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. The chicken Parmesan sub at Aroma's. We'll be back. Hi everybody, it's Sunday afternoon here in McKinney, Texas, around 1:30. This is our family's annual Celebrate America Summer Barbecue. We normally have it within a few weeks after the Messiah Conference because we are not here to commemorate the 4th of July, so we do this instead. I put a brisket on the smoker at 10:30 last night, and I'm getting prepared to get some other things ready, which do not take as long. Last year, I posted, I think, around a dozen, like 1-minute clips. We're not going to do that this year. We're going to be putting it all in a single compilation. All right, so I'm continuing to get things ready. It's just a little past 3:30. Let's open the smoker and I'll give you an idea about what we're going to be having tonight. All right, so those are our turkey breasts. They've only been on there for about an hour. In about 30 minutes, I have to come and wrap those in foil. This is my chorizo queso. Here in the oven, I've got my baked beans and my hash brown casserole. And I've stationed here some H-E-B beef sausage, the smoked cream corn, which will go in, and I have to finish up getting the mushrooms ready. Okay, so the scheduled time for the actual start of all this is 6 o'clock, and already I can see some guests are arriving now. We'll probably be eating a little after 7. So a number of guests have been arriving, and in a few moments I will be preparing the food. Now, I've got to be really careful with what I eat because I've had an ulcer for like 6 weeks on the side of my, it's healing. It's a lot better than it was when we went to the Messiah conference, and certainly it's been improving, but that limits what I can eat in terms of barbecue related food items. Everything has been set out and we're ready to pray and see this all blessed. So, yes. This gives you an idea about how quickly things are being eaten. There are the baked beans. We'll definitely have leftovers there. The cream corn, the hash brown casserole, which is still piping hot. The brisket's right there. This hash brown casserole.
Thank you.
Mark, this is you.
There's some coleslaw.
Man, oh man, oh man.
There's the smoked mushrooms. Yeah, so everything turned out okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this barbecue was a success. We do it every summer. I think everyone enjoyed all the food. I'm going to be relaxing for the next few hours because we have another week of work starting tomorrow. Good afternoon, everyone. We are trying Brothers Pizza here in McKinney, Texas. This is among the different pizza places which claims to be the #1 in McKinney. So we'll see how that reputation plays out. I missed it. Here we are. It gives you an idea about the menu and everything. Yeah, coming in. Okay. Okay, so this just gives you an idea about the dining room. Very nice, very clean, very New Yorkish. So here's an idea about what's on the menu. It's got a pretty full menu of pizzas and other things. Pizza, pasta. So, driven by this place many times, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'm waiting for the pizza, just an extra large cheese. I'd like to give you just a few updates on my health. Some of you all know that I've been fighting ulcers for, I think it's up to 7 weeks now. So right before we left for the Messiah 2024 conference. And of course they give you the typical, no alcohol, no tobacco, no spicy food. So I've cut back, definitely on all of that. Spicy food, maybe not so much. But over the past 3 to 4 days, I have cut back completely from coffee and peppermints. And so it appears that is really being effective in accelerating the healing process. So we'll see what the next week brings, but I feel so much better than I did during our families celebrate America barbecue. And I think we've turned a corner. So we've ordered some garlic knots. I'm gonna try one of them in the sauce. That was excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, the New York style extra large cheese has arrived. Probably gonna be taking some home, but looking forward to trying this. Probably gonna have to let it cool a little bit, but it looks like it's supposed to. So I've had one bite. I'm impressed.
I guess we're not gonna take it with
We
us.
just had a mishap with 3 slices on the, anyway, it fell over onto the floor, and the owner has been gracious to offer 1 or 2 slices from the oven. So these accidents do happen, but it does not affect the taste or quality of the pizza. That was simple physics. So I have had 3 pieces. I'm very pleased with the quality of the pizza as well as the service. I would definitely come back, although there are many other places in the McKinney area still on the list. But I think the good thing about having pizza is, for what I'm going through, the healing of these ulcers, it's going to be much easier on my stomach than, say, barbecue or Mexican. Good afternoon, everyone. We're here in Prosper, Texas, and we're trying out Chick-N Burger. I can't wait. Okay, so here is the menu at Chick-N Burger. And yeah, there's a lot to eat here. And of course, what did I come for? The Chick-N Burger. So this restaurant is a place where you order via kiosk. The waitress, the lady, was very helpful. There were a few mishaps, but we're getting the Chick-N Burger. And if you saw the menu, there are like burgers, chicken sandwiches, salads, some very fancy desserts. They even have a fish and chips on the menu. But we're here for the Chick-N Burger, which is a hamburger and a chicken patty with lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles, and their special sauce. So when you come to Chick-N Burger, you get the specialty, the Chick-N Burger. Something just happened I've never seen happen at a restaurant. Some kind of a automated drone, android, just came up and welcomed us to Chick-N Burger and wanted us to be happy and all this other stuff. So I think it goes into the kitchen and they'll put the food on and it'll just automatically be delivered to your table. Never seen that before. Okay, so this gives you an idea about what the dining room here is like. Chick-N Burger is only a one-place restaurant. This is not a chain. So we are supporting local.
This is odd.
Please, take your food.
Is this like Rosie?
It's Skynet.
This is kind of fun.
So, having had our food delivered by Skynet, here are the tater tots. They look fresh. And this is the Chick-N Burger. Definitely heavy on the chicken, but the burger is there. Yeah, the burger is there. It looks, I know we're going to enjoy this. Here's the cross section. You see the pickles, the chicken, the burger, the lettuce, tomato, onion. So on my first bite, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. So even though we were served by Skynet, the combination of the burger and the chicken, the Chick-N Burger, is actually very unique and it's very good. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that massive Chick-N Burger is all gone. We're gonna have to take some leftovers. And my closing words got interrupted by another one of the robots. I think that is the one they call Jane. We are gonna have to take some leftovers. That's the tater tots. We've eaten about 2/3 of them. And there's the second half of my mother's chicken burger. So my closing thoughts. This place was, not only was the food outstanding, but the experience was pretty fun with the different robots and everything. The good thing about the chicken burger, if you looked at the menu, you can get regular burgers on their own. You can also get chicken on its own. So we know that the quality is very high here. And there's some other things on the menu, the different breakfast items. I'm sure the fish and chips is good, the desserts. We will definitely be coming back here because after all, we have to check out all the other robots. Ladies and gentlemen, guess where we are today? We're finally doing it. Buc-ee's. I have owed you all a Buc-ee's visit for quite some time, considering the fact that I don't have to go very far to Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is all over the state of Texas, and it's appearing now in various other states, mainly in the southeast. So let's go inside and check it out. There's Buc-ee. He's famous all over the world.
Oh, look at this.
So it is just about 2:45, so it's not incredibly packed here, but I have definitely been here at Buc-ee's when it has been absolutely crowded. The last time we were at Buc-ee's was in Kentucky, but this is an actual Texas Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's homeland. World famous jerky, more jerky. It's commonly said that people will come into Buc-ee's and end up spending around $80 with Buc-ee's snacks, specialty meats. There's a lot here. Sweets, some different fudge, nuts, pralines, more nuts. Different baked goods here, the Buc-ee's Bakery. Okay, here's a little more from the Buc-ee's Bakery. I've definitely eaten things from the Buc-ee's Bakery before. Now this is arguably one of the most important stations at Buc-ee's. This is where the barbecue is. So you can see they got turkey sandwiches. Of course they got brisket available, more brisket. This is where I come when I slice brisket. This is where I come when I have to have an emergency barbecue. Let's see, they're chopping it up. Of course, there's a gift shop related area here at Buc-ee's with different Buc-ee's related and of course Texas related. Look at all these cookbooks. I actually have a number of these cookbooks in my arsenal. Yeah, so just gonna do a little walkthrough here. It shouldn't be any surprise why people spend a lot of time here at Buc-ee's. We'll go over to where all the, of course, if you have a personal bar related area in your home, you know, this is a great place to come. More bar drinking related items. Yeah, Buc-ee's is a really big deal. And here are some cast iron things, which I actually do need to look at. For some, there's a Kent Rollins cookbook. I watch his channel. So, yeah, I need to decide if I'm gonna, because I'm looking for a smaller cast iron pan for some things we're gonna be doing soon, or plan to do soon. So, I've got that cookbook. I've had that for a while. Just thought I'd briefly take you over here where all the Buc-ee's themed clothing, and of course, Buc-ee himself. I already have a Buc-ee. I don't have one in the blue. Of course, yeah, don't mess with Texas. Buc-ee. Now, my sister Maggie, my stepfather Mark Huey, they wear a lot more of the Buc-ee's gear than I do. But I just give you a brief idea about all the Buc-ee's. And of course, more Texas. More Texas. Yeah. And yeah, there's a lot here. Yeah, I just thought I'd briefly go over here because Buc-ee's also has a selection of outdoor wear, and here's more barbecue stuff. A corn feeder for people who live in rural areas for deer. And these, so yeah, there's a lot here at Buc-ee's. So we're now going to go back to the other side of the store, on the other side of where they have the barbecue, and that's where they have all of the candies and all of the other food related items, which to me is probably the part of the store I go to the most when I come here. I'm very thankful we came on a Thursday afternoon because otherwise this would just be absolutely packed. Okay, here's some more. We will be back here in just a moment. Cinnamon roll, pralines, nuts, some other things. Okay, so here are all of the different Buc-ee's related candies, if that's your thing. Yogurt covered pretzels, kettle corn. Now this is definitely Texas right here. All of these pickled and canned jalapenos, green beans, pickled beets, okra, pickled eggs, spicy pickled eggs, more candy, and here like dried fruit, nuts, other candies. Okay, different salsas. Yeah, so depending on how hot you like it, but yeah, these are different salsas. Here are different hot sauces. Of course, as I've been suffering through some ulcers, probably not ready to get any of these, but this is a good product. Now I know I can get it here. I don't have to order it on Amazon anymore. So here are different dry rubs and more dry rubs over here. And yeah, cotton candy. Yeah, there's just a nice selection of things here at Buc-ee's. And of course you can see different barbecue sauces and the beaver nuggets. Those are beaver nugget candles. Those are a main feature at Buc-ee's. Here's some more Buc-ee's related snacks. Now these are actual, okay, those are pork rinds, which I'm not going to be getting, but here are some other Buc-ee's related snacks. These are both good. And here are some Buc-ee's potato chips. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's more in common than not with all of the different Buc-ee's I've been to, whether they're in Texas. I've been to 2 in the state of Florida, and then the 1 in Kentucky. But even though they may try to make it look like it's in Florida, Kentucky, Buc-ee's is a Texas institution. And as I prepare to leave, I'm going to be getting a cinnamon roll. And even though I'm a brisket snob and mine is the best, when I need an emergency brisket sandwich, I come to Buc-ee's. So I've got my cinnamon roll and my brisket sandwich for a late lunch. And yeah, gonna go check out now. And as I'm leaving Buc-ee's, I did want to point out, it does have a lot of these smokers. Now, look at the price tag, almost $1,300. And these are not electric smokers. These have to be manually fed. Now you know why I have the pellet smoker. And as we leave, the one thing I did not show you at Buc-ee's, although they're very well known for this, the cleanest restrooms ever. Back here in the office, technically this is a food review. Got my chopped brisket sandwich and my cinnamon roll. Ready to eat. Here's my chopped brisket sandwich. You can see it's chopped. They've already put some of their sauce on it. I've had this many times. Their sauce is a little sweet, but for my current digestion issues, this will be just fine. There it is. Very, very good. Now, of course, Buc-ee's is a gas station, so this isn't like going to a barbecue restaurant, but it's good. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all gone. Now, I do have my cinnamon roll here, which I'll put off to the side for later. But I probably should have gotten 2 of those chopped brisket sandwiches.